And this is welcome back to this is episode 11 to On the Bottle podcast. I have my neighbors, best friend and family here, Karen and Mike, live up the road from me.
That's right.
They
bingo junkies.
We're just a couple bingo junkies, and we thought it'd be fun to have them on the podcast. And well, let's have some fun. So should we shoot this stuff?
All right.
Cheers.
Here we go. Cheers.
Salud.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I've done a shot of gin before.
Yeah.
I can't shoot it because it's got ice in it.
Not bad.
It's not bad. Right. It's not bad. You can taste. Is that root?
I can't shoot it because I got all the ice.
What flavor is it?
I can't open it up.
Hascat berries.
Yeah, I imagine that's what a Hascat berry.
I'm gonna have a drink.
And it's,
That tastes really good, actually.
I don't think I've ever seen a
My
house
palate
blackberry.
of taste knowledge isn't very big when people because I don't eat a lot of those fruits. And
well, it's supposed to be one of the highest in vitamin C, and it's supposed to be really high.
Hascat?
Would you like a drink of this too, Karen?
No, I'm okay.
Good, cool. Do you want to drink?
I'll
anything,
take a
Mike?
drink of that.
Yeah.
You got some ice too.
Oh yeah.
A little
We
bit of
got.
ice.
Can you pass that cup of ice there, James?
This cup?
Yeah.
Oh, I poured my tequila into it.
Oh, I just brought a holding ice. Oh.
Sorry, I thought you gave that.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Do you want any? Do you want
Yeah,
to
I'll
still
take some
drink it?
ice,
Yeah. Or I don't have any ice, but or she wants to say.
I mean, if you want some of my tequila ice, I can give you some.
Tequila ice. He's drinking tequila. That's what I should be drinking. Keep me away.
Yeah, there's some. Yeah, have some.
That's what we'll shoot. We'll shoot some tequila next.
That's all that's in here.
Tequila.
That's what we normally shoot on here is
But
tequila.
that's pretty good actually as a shot.
Yeah, I bet you with this it'd be real good.
I had the
Yeah.
rocks tequila the other day.
There you go, Mike.
Thank you.
Fine.
Yeah.
Karen's a sommelier.
Yeah, my brother.
Did you know that?
My brother's studying to be
That's
a
some
sommelier, actually.
wild
really?
stuff.
Really?
Yeah, but I've already written them and told them to revoke her certification.
Yeah, it's the fact
She
that I
drinks
drink
boxed
out of a
wine
box.
now, and she drinks it out of a beer mug half the time.
Goon sack.
Yeah.
That's what they call it back home, a goon sack.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey,
That's all
yeah,
it's
no
about.
judgment. That's
We,
right.
we have another friend that's a sommelier too, and he was trying to get Karen going and on her wine knowledge, and
Yeah.
he was talking like big shot wine talk, and
Yeah, it's
yeah,
been
Joe's into it.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I did it. So how far into the program is he? He's just started,
I'm not too
or-
sure, but I'm not too sure. I know he takes
Yeah.
stuff regularly, but it's pretty intensive, right?
Well, it took me 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a huge,
It is good.
huge program. There's so much to it, but it's fun, and the
Yeah.
homework is great. You
Yeah.
have to drink a lot of wine for
Yeah.
homework.
That's right. Yeah. And then what tastes like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unreal. Where did you take the course at?
In Halifax.
Oh, you did do it in
Actually,
Halifax.
the,
Oh, for some reason I thought you did it over in.
No,
England or
no, I
whatever.
did quite a few years ago. In Halifax.
Yeah. So when did you? What year do you? Because you might as well go over that. You're from. Where are you from? Tell the fans where you're from, Karen.
Yeah,
There's all 30 of them.
I'm from Lincolnshire,
Yeah.
which is halfway down the east coast of England. And I moved to Nova Scotia in 1983. And the plan was to live here for 2 years and then go back. And
It's a long 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of stretched out.
Yeah.
And loved Nova Scotia so much that we stayed here. So, yeah.
Are you a citizen?
What's wrong with
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Yeah.
I'm not a citizen.
I think I was here 10 years and I got my citizenship.
I can get mine, but it's a lot of paperwork.
You just gotta write the tests and stuff too, do you?
I just can't be
yeah.
bothered.
Is the test hard?
Well, they interview you and you have to know about the history of Canada and they ask you who's who in Canada.
Yeah.
So when you're doing that, you probably know more than most people that live here.
I was gonna say I'd fail it for sure. I've been here my whole life. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But
No, that's right.
yes, I've been here a long time now.
Freaking right. Mike, you're originally from here, aren't you? Too?
I'm from Dartmouth originally.
Dartmouth. Yeah. You've been all over Canada though, haven't you?
Just basically to BC and back. I stayed quite a few years out there, long enough to get in trouble.
Where at in BC did you live?
Right in Vancouver.
Just right in
the whole
Vancouver,
time,
yeah.
The whole time.
Always been a motorcycle fanatic.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ever since I was 12 years old and got my first ride on the back of a motorcycle when I was 12. Been hooked on two wheels ever since.
Now for all the people listening, you want to see the guy's garage right now. Insane. Dirt bike friggin' More dirt bikes than you can shake a stick at. There's a lot of bikes, but that's been fun.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of everything.
That's
We
right.
got England, Australia, and
That's right.
two Nova Scotian boys here.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the multicultural podcast.
That's right.
exactly.
Yeah, talk about diversity.
That's right.
You're seeing it right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we haven't done an episode in a long time. It's the first
That's
one.
right.
First one we fired one up in a minute.
while.
I figured that'd be.
So what's the
be great.
topic for today? What are we going to rant on?
I figure we come in here absolutely blind as can be, no plan in sight, and just
right.
That's sometimes a good way to go.
yeah, it's gonna be a fun night. We got a motocross banquet after this to attend to downstairs, and so this is just the pre-buzz right here now.
Buzz.
They got the big projector down there. The motor already playing, so
Yeah. Where are they going to host it? Right below us?
right below us, yeah,
Right
literally
below
right
us,
below us,
yeah.
yeah. Actually, when I went down to get that last cord, nobody's here yet. They're just must be tests and everything down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure she's gonna go.
There's a lot of people going.
I think he figures about 100.
Oh,
Really?
it's wild.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the place should be
Hopping.
packed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen 100 people in 2 years.
yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, we won't talk about the old Corvette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, so
tough,
you
comes
you
down.
guys watch that? You watch that? You said, I asked you before the show, you watched Squid Game?
Oh yeah. yeah,
No,
I see.
no, we didn't.
Yeah.
I started watching last night.
Yeah, and what about it? Is it any good?
Yeah, I was saying to Luke, I was deep into an edible when the actions kicked in, and it's
Yeah. See, at the very first of it, it looks pretty boring.
yeah. Did you watch it in English?
No.
Yeah, that's something.
I never watched it
I
at
watched
all.
it in English.
It's because
Did you want any of that, James?
I'll have a little bit.
Yeah.
Karen's granddaughter told us about it, and she said not to let Karen watch it. She said it's really gory.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's in Korean, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah. It's
You
Korean.
gave me-
It's
You
Korean.
gave me that tip. Because
Yeah.
you can have it dubbed, so
Yeah.
they'll speak in English. I'm like, this kind of, and anyway, the
You can't
voices
kinda
are
throw
so,
it off
the
a little
voices
bit,
aren't bad, but it's
I'm pretty sure that when we were watching it, it was in English.
yeah. Switch it back to
Yeah.
Korean.
It's better?
Yeah, because it's just like it loses the like they just don't have that same feeling in their voice, and it makes the acting to me look really weird. But anyway,
No, 100%.
I watched
yeah.
2 episodes and it's good. I don't want to ruin it for you, but it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Oh, really?
So you listen to it in Korean and
It's
read the subtitles.
Yeah. I've done that. I don't mind watching shows like that if
No,
they're good.
but you got to concentrate.
Yeah,
You can't
exactly.
be on your iPad
Yeah.
watching the thing and reading the lines.
Eye roll.
I'm bad for the eye. I'm bad just for my phone too.
Karen's on the
Yeah.
iPad all the time.
Yeah, on the-
iPad Annie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maggie's bad for that. We're watching a show that was
Yeah.
in Spanish, and she's like, "Oh, I'm paying." I'm like, "You can't tell me you're paying attention. They're in fucking subtitles.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah,
you don't know
yeah.
what."
What happened there? I just went to the washroom. What happened there? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Rewind.
yeah.
Rewind.
Yeah,
That's
every
what
now
they
and
got
again you have to
rewind.
put the iPad down and really concentrate and watch because you do miss out things. But
Oh yeah.
but if you're fidgety and you just can't sit there for a long time and watch it, you tend to.
But I have
Oh, exactly.
But I have shows that I watch when I'm not planning on watching too, right? Like that's when I rerun shows. Like if I just put like
Oh, exactly. Just
Yeah.
background
something
noise,
basic on, then
basically.
if I
Yeah.
know I'm just going to be kind of half paying attention
On
or
your
doing
phone and
something.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sitting on the
Which
laptop like a
sounds so
GG or
stupid
something.
to say that you need the TV on to do something else. Like it's just
Oh, background noise is nice though. Even sometimes I'll just turn on the radio.
Music,
yeah,
yeah.
music's great
Yeah.
or anything. Yeah, or YouTube. You know,
Yeah.
you throw on YouTube, it just runs through your music and away you fucking go. But yeah, it's fucking great. But
But yeah, I haven't watched anything else good lately.
they don't
Nothing's
make
coming
much
out.
anymore.
Yeah, they don't make it.
Anything that we've watched lately has been older stuff
Well, it's
because
been a lot
most
of,
of the new stuff is crap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We've been watching a lot of Masterpiece Theatre, PBS.
Okay.
Older stuff. Yeah.
The older British shows.
Yeah.
Because some of those crime shows are really good because they really you really have to pay attention
Yeah.
because there's lots of twists and turns and it's like who did it? It's kind of
Oh, yeah, yeah.
weird.
Were you into The Bill?
No.
You weren't into The Bill?
No, I haven't seen that.
The British show The Bill?
No,
You never?
I've seen. Oh wow, is it on Netflix?
Nah.
No.
I don't know what it's on, but I remember it was a crime show, and I remember my grandparents. They always watched it. Always. Yeah. It was like, I don't know how to put it. It's like ran for so long. Like it was a really long running show. Yeah.
And it's Bill.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the bill. Yeah.
We'll have to see if it's on
quickly.
Brit Box or whatever they call it.
You should, because you'd like it. It's yeah. Hang on, I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, I meant to do that today. We got to get the internet set up here so we can run it from the laptop and you can see what's going on up there while we're in here, and you just search stuff. But
Well, the bill that now.
I'm too slow anyway.
I've been gone so long. Is that the police or the prison?
It's got.
It means something.
It means something, the
in
bill.
Yeah, the
over there,
bill.
does
Old
it?
Bill. The old Bill's the police.
The police, that's right.
Yeah, it's got 26 seasons. Well, it started in '83, so
26 seasons.
So it went,
wow.
Yeah.
and so
Wow.
yeah, so the final episode aired in 2010, so it went for 27 years.
Oh, wow.
Wow. So all the newest generation cops are grandsons and daughters of
I'm
the
not sure.
first generation.
Yeah.
Because there were. I do remember there was some characters that like were there for a while. Like
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah, 83.
That's
yeah,
all I
that
can
was
tell.
started
That's all I
when
can tell you
moved,
about
but-
it.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
No,
British
it's
TV's
not.
good.
It
Well, yeah, I
is.
remember when Garen's asked me to get some British stuff before.
Yeah. I just like it. There's a little bit more to it than I find some of the cops and robbers
Too
stuff.
Hollywood
It's
in
too
North
Hollywood.
American
It's-
stuff, yeah.
It's fast.
Well, some of the stuff's getting fucking ridiculous.
Too
Yeah.
Hollywood.
They don't dumb it
Fucking
down. The
ridiculous.
British don't dumb it down. That's what I find too.
Yeah.
They kind of like this is how it is, and that's
Yeah.
how it's going to be.
It's more real time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And they also they stop, which is a big thing. They like right here's 6 or 4 or 3 or 2 or 1 seasons, and like that's it. They don't like they'll let a good season die, a good
Yeah.
show die because
Yeah.
they're like we want it to end on a high note.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just stop. They don't run a show into the ground like Hollywood seems to do a lot of. They'll get people hooked, do 10 seasons, and it goes downhill, and they'll do 3 more, and then call it
Oh,
a
it's
day.
there's nothing worse when a show does a season that's just fucking god awful, and then somehow they get another 2 or something after it, and it just
Yeah.
goes. It's just
It's like
just brutal.
Walking Dead. Is that someone told me that's?
I've never watched it.
that.
Never
I
watched
never
it.
watched The Walking Dead either,
Yeah.
but we saw something, and it was what was it called? It was called something about something about The Walking Dead, and then it was season 7 or something.
Yeah.
But I don't.
It's
I never watched it.
I never got into it either.
I got into it for 4 or 5 seasons, and then it just kind of, I don't know. It's just like kill the zombies, figure it out.
Oh yeah.
Crack on, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just me, but
It's funny though, because I grew up with Coronation Street, and I watched that all my life.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
watched Coronation Street, and a lot of the stars in that show have gone on to do like crime shows. So most of the crime shows you watch, you look at them, and you go, oh wow, I
You're
remember
familiar.
you 20
Yeah.
years ago when you were in Coronation Street. So I wonder if that gets them a following. Because so many people follow Coronation Street, even over here as well.
Oh,
So
definitely,
that
yeah.
kind of-
yeah.
There was an older lady who used to work at Jamali's in the old spot, and that was her thing at the end of the day. Her name was Dot,
Oh yeah.
and she'd leave at the end of the day. And you said, "What are you doing this afternoon?" She said, "Going home, rolling a joint, smoking it, and watching Coronation Street."
Yeah.
Every afternoon, she loved it. Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
My mom and dad watched that show for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a grandmother
Street,
that watched
I
it.
haven't
Yeah,
watched it probably for a couple of years. It's probably still going.
I think
I've seen it. I still got cable, so I've seen it. It's still like, I mean, it's just reruns, but it's
Yeah.
still aired. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch That's another one. This is a really old show, Dad's Army.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yes.
I used to watch that with my dad way back in.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was probably in the 60s.
Yeah, because that transition from black and white into color.
Yes, that's
That was a
right.
good show. It's about World War II. It's like a,
Oh, really?
like a
Yeah.
British it was a comedy, right?
Yeah.
It was like they were the what were they? They weren't the military. They were the first the guard, weren't they? Because they weren't soldiers. They were like, what's the other term for that? They stayed in England, but they were
Kind of like the National Guard kind of
they
thing.
were the National Guard. I think
Yeah.
It was something like that. Like they
Yeah.
weren't super serious. Anyway, it was just
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
the captain was Mannering.
Oh,
Mr.
my
Mannering.
goodness, right, I got good memory.
Yeah, Mr. Mannering. Yeah.
He's young. Wait until he gets our
Yeah.
age. See how good his memory is then.
No, I used to watch it all the time with my grandfather
Yeah.
was into
They
it.
have grass timers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Anyway.
You got to come out to bingo again here soon.
I know.
We have fun
Oh,
Tuesday
so
nights.
much fun.
I look forward to Tuesday so much now. Yeah, that's what he
If
thought.
we get any more
got-
people out there, we'll be taking the door off the hinges and stretching
Yeah.
it across a couple
yeah, we're gonna have
sawhorses.
to. Yeah, another table for sure is
Like
gonna have to come out of the mix.
Yeah, because Maggie finishes up work at 2 o'clock on Tuesday. She's like, we got to go back out to bingo. I'm like, all right, well, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, do it up. Yeah, come on up.
We've got
It's
a good crowd,
yeah,
haven't
Eight
friggin'
of
right.
us now.
Yeah, the
it's-
crew of 8. It's
everything
awesome.
stops for Tuesday night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And fuck that. Now Sydney. He thought when I said neighbors, he thought I meant Bob and Cindy were coming to do the podcast tonight.
Oh yeah.
But-
yeah.
No, but they were making some pies the last
Meat pies?
little bit. No, apple pies, but cinnamon bun crust.
Yeah, she took the
Fucking unreal.
top pie crust and laid it down and rolled it up like a cinnamon, like a pinwheel,
yeah.
and then sliced it real thin and laid it across the top so it looked like cinnamon buns rather than an apple pie. It was pretty good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Making crust is kind of hard sometimes, isn't it?
Actually, making crust is pretty easy.
Is it?
If you get the lard, the tender flake lard, and follow the direction on it,
Okay.
it's pretty simple.
Because I want to try to
Nothing
make
to worry
meat pies.
Yeah.
Good meat pies are
Good
awesome.
meat pies are awesome.
Yeah, I'm with you. I love
You
those.
make
Yeah.
good meat pies. And I mean, I'm vegetarian, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
they look-
Karen brought me home. She called it a sausage roll, but it was more like a meat pie roll from down here at British Grub. And I have to say, it was very, very good.
Yeah. I'm
Very good.
Yeah.
But
I'm picky on my pies.
this is good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. This is it's rolled pastry, like if it was a sausage roll or something like that. But it's hamburger inside, and it's spiced like you'd spice a meat pie.
Yeah.
And
They-
I'm pretty fussy on them things, and she brings these ones home from Pete's Frutique, but I find them too rich.
Oh, or,
Their
yeah.
sausage is so rich, it's like
Yeah.
almost sickening when you finish
too-
it.
The only thing with me, I find the hard part, it seems to be outside of Australia, is the bottom. Like, to me, you're supposed to you should be able to eat a pie with your hand, in your hand.
Oh yes.
So if the bottom falls out,
Oh, so you just eat them little.
it's... Anyway. what was that?
Because I used to buy pies when I was back in England.
Yeah.
And there were big pastry pies, but they had the ground beef in the bottom, and then they had mashed potato in the top.
That's like shepherd's pie, that
Yeah.
But
Shepherd's pie are
They
awesome.
were in like a pastry.
pastry on the very
yeah,
bottom.
All around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were kind of pretty
I'm
good.
trying to think what I made some kind of shepherd's pie not long ago, but it was like a little different. I can't even remember what it was, but fuck, it was good. But yeah, any meat pie, anyways, awesome. Yeah.
Well, I look at a lot of recipes, and
Yeah.
I've probably got 2,000 recipes from Pinterest, and I've probably made about 10 of them.
and probably 1,999 I probably wouldn't eat because
Yeah.
vegetarian or vegan.
Yeah. So the vegetarian stuff's not too
Some
like
of
those.
it's not bad,
Those
no, I get
calzones the other
that.
night. I'm not a vegetarian. Even like me and Mike had the sausage ones, but
Yeah.
even your vegetarian one I made you, I got no
Yeah, they're
problem
good.
eating that one.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't either.
Just like that, you just gotta put a lot of mushroom to it, I guess, and the way it works. Yeah. But it's good as long as you get the dip right
It's
too.
really
It's
good.
yeah, comes out nice.
That's right.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm telling you. Well, an interesting thing
Yeah.
here. This is
Yeah,
going
yeah.
off the subject and stuff, but I
Friggin'
decided
yeah.
today when we were coming home to order some oil for the wintertime.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
been listening to Mike Adams' podcast down there, and they're saying that
Yeah.
there's going to be upcoming oil and propane, gasoline shortages over this winter and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So we figured to get a little bit of oil for the oil tank because we don't
Yeah.
we only use it for the hot water now and get the propane filled up and stuff like that.
Get it
so
now
I phoned
before it
up
goes
the
up.
girl from Irving, and she says, before we deliver to your house, I have to ask you some COVID questions. I said,
Yeah.
what? I
Yeah.
said, you're not even going to see me. I said, the spout is outside the house.
And do when I'm not there.
I'm not
Yeah.
even going to be home.
Oh yeah.
And she said,
oh, nothing
well,
makes sense.
have any of you been outside the country in the last 2 weeks or something like that? And I said, none of your business. And she said, well, we have to ask.
Yeah,
And she said, I totally agree with you, but it's all recorded, right? If she don't ask, she gets in shit.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And then they started asking the questions, have you got symptoms? Have you been tested lately? Have
Yeah.
you done this and that and that? And I'm thinking like, holy shit, All I want is some oil delivered to the house.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't
Well, especially the oil thing. Like, they literally, they do it without you even knowing they
Yeah.
did it half
Yeah.
the time, right? Just
Well,
one
most
sector.
of
I don't know
the
what's
oil
going on
guys,
here.
I know them fellas, so they're pretty good guys. They're not.
But I mean, they ask if you've got any sort of sniffles or runny nose. Well, it's the fall. You know, if you've got allergies. A lot of people got the sniffles right now.
Some people I know got the sniffles all year round.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's even like when you, like you're a weed smoker or whatever now, and you say you
start
had a
coughing.
puff or whatever. You're
Yeah.
kind of in the grocery store, and you're like,
I smoke
but
weed.
you feel fine. Just funny if you're just scared to even let one go because you don't want to be stared down. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
I smoke weed.
Oh, dear.
Or you
it
let
is a Corvette.
You
It
let
is
a
a
big
Corvette.
sneeze.
Yeah.
You better let a big sneeze go in the screen that's between you and the girl that's running the cash register. To all sprays all over it.
Yeah,
Freak out. Eh?
Oh, yeah.
that's right.
Quick, get the police in here.
It's getting a little much.
Oh, it's just getting crazy. Yeah, the world's we've lost her.
We haven't.
Yeah.
We're still in agreement. We
That's
just
right.
laughing
Yeah.
at everybody else.
Oh yeah, who knows what's going on?
Yeah. I just want to crack on. That's it. I said to Luke the other
Crack
day.
on,
This
let's
is.
go.
I'm gonna say. It's nothing. It's not.
Oh.
This is.
We're not here to take
no,
a stance. Yeah.
Yeah, this is as on the line as you can be. This is my one thing right now. It's like truly, no mask, anti-mask, no what a vaccine. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. No.
This is my question:
I
is
don't-
how long, truly, are we fucking gonna do this for? Because,
Oh,
like, I mean it. Like, there's like clearly. So whatever the vaccine or whatever.
Yeah.
But at what point do we just say
Well,
you shrug your shoulder? Because I thought that's what we were coming up to. Like,
Yeah,
that this is
and-
what was going to happen. We're just
and-
going to go. Okay, this is we're done.
That's right.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, so are we going to be here in 2 years' time talking about the same stuff?
Same thing.
Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
sort of
Or
like,
every, do we
Yeah.
just go
Well,
through the same cycle?
we-
Every winter, cases pop up because people get sick, and then when the
this
cases
all-
rise, we
when this
lock
all
down.
started
we
a
just,
year
like,
ago, Karen and I
come
watched
into
a
it, yeah.
podcast, or not a podcast. It was actually a church someplace in the United States where the pastor actually had connections like Mike Adams does, maybe Joe Rogan, all them kind of guys. They all got insiders that are feeding them pertinent information, right? So he was saying that they've got this plan to 2025.
The way,
They're
the way
going to
it's
keep
going
it going.
now,
They're going to
it's
keep
never
it going.
stopping,
And it's like almost like ever since this whole summer started, they've been saying, well, we're going to lift this restriction, we're going to lift that restriction, we're going to lift this. And then all
Oh,
of
I
a
know.
sudden, on the day before they're going to lift it, they decide to keep it imposed.
Oh, exactly.
And you know, it's almost like, you know, it's getting to the point now, well, it's like, I don't think a lot of people believe anything that's coming out of their mouths.
yeah. Oh, that's getting bad. Well,
Yeah.
even well, like even the Joe Rogan just had a buddy from CNN on that podcast. And
Yeah,
like
it was funny.
he calls them right out, saying like kind of, well, you work for a news network that lied about me. You know, it's, and he asked him straight up, like, does that not scare you? That's just mainstream media that lied.
and
Yeah.
this is my
You
other
know?
thing too, which this is just people, right? This has nothing to like take COVID away.
Yeah.
You can't. There's only a timeline of before you can dangle a carrot in front of people before even even if you said everything that's been done till now has been the exact right thing to do. You can only tow people along for so long before they start going fuck this.
Yeah.
Even if you want to be on the side that everything has been done right until now,
Yeah.
you can't keep telling people, oh, we're almost, we're almost there, we're
Yeah,
almost there. It's just
yeah.
like, it's like being in a relationship with someone that says, I'm going to stop cheating on you, you know what I mean? Like, eventually you're going to be like,
That's
no,
it,
this
yeah.
is bullshit.
That was a
This
good
is
one.
bullshit.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Or even the other opposite around. You're with a girl and you keep bringing up your ex fucking girlfriend time after time after time. It's not going to go anywhere. It doesn't work. Yeah.
but
It doesn't work.
I just, and the thing is, this is the, like, everyone, it's the same, it doesn't matter how old you are. No one's getting this time back.
No.
No, one is getting. You're
Oh,
not getting.
no,
You don't
100%.
get 2 years at the end of your life. Like, oh well, you got fucked around with COVID. Here's an extra couple. Like,
Yeah.
we're all
Yeah.
fucking lost this time.
Yes.
Well, somebody said
And
to me,
and especially with a lot of the people like that the government seems to be targeting, small businesses seem to have 10 times the
Oh, yeah.
restrictions that the big businesses do.
Oh, it's crazy. And some of them don't make sense. Like even right now, the golf course is like if you're not vaccinated, you can't play golf. But the people that are working at the golf courses, they're allowed to keep working there without the vaccine, but they're not allowed to play golf there. So how does that make sense? That's the most backwards thing I've ever heard in my life. You would think they would say, yeah, you can go play golf because you're by yourself, there's no one around.
Yeah.
Then work in the pro shop and deal with everybody all day that comes in and pays money and everything. It just doesn't make any sense. Like,
and the other argument too, which grinds me, which you see online all the time, is people saying like, well, if you're not vaccinated, you shouldn't be able to go. You know, you should. If a private establishment doesn't want to let you in, that's their choice. I said, well. But the thing, what I don't think a lot of people understand is these private establishments aren't given choices.
That's it.
They're told to do this.
Yes, or
exactly.
else.
And then you're going to say,
shut down.
Yeah, or else.
And they're going to say, well, but it's not their choice.
Yes.
That's the infuriating thing. It's like, and if you're in the position after 2 years of what you've gone through to then start refusing people inside, like who's paying for that? Like,
But
technical difficulties on set tonight, but yeah.
But you know, talking to family in the UK, and I mean, we were talking about what mandatory means, and you know, my sister said, "Well, it's mandatory. It's a choice. It's not law. It's mandatory."
Yeah, it's not a law.
And I said, "Not here. It's not. It may be in the UK." She said, "Well, we have a choice. If we want to wear a mask, we wear a mask." We have choices.
But they didn't at first.
But things have
They
changed.
weren't even allowed to go out outside of their house.
No, that's true too.
Yeah, because it was real bad there when the lockdowns first started, wasn't it? Yeah.
And we haven't got that bad yet, even though we have, it's bad enough.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
That's true. They really were locked down big time
Yeah.
at the beginning, and then things kind of did change. But this, and also, we were talking about, she brought up Stockholm Syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
which
It's a real thing,
I don't know that much about it, but I started kind of doing some research, and I thought, wow.
Yeah, that's the big one for people in prison and stuff like that. Yeah.
I mean, we've been watching.
I just started watching that movie again, 1984, and I can remember
I don't know if I've seen that or not.
in high school. It's an old movie that I can't remember who wrote the book now, but we studied it in high school back in the early 70s about the control, right?
Yeah.
About how they control everybody and stuff. And I'll tell you that almost everything in that is there. And there's another fellow that we saw, and I think his name is Artemis. What the heck is this guy's name? Artemis something, but he wrote 3 or 4 books.
Yeah.
Like 50, 60 years ago, or maybe longer than that, of what's going to happen in the future, and it's all happening right now.
Oh, there's some wild stuff like that.
It's a lot of the people that are trying to control the world have been at this game since the mid 1700s. That they're trying to work towards this one world government and one world ruler and all that shit, and they're getting there. They've already said, we watched the thing the other day that was said that they've already sectioned off the world into 10 different parts, so that each one is going to have a captain or whatever the heck they want to call them, a president, general, or whatever, to run these different parts. And it's like we never even knew it until last year when this lockdown stuff started, that none of the countries are countries anymore. They're corporations. And I never even thought that Canada is actually not even a country, that Pierre Trudeau was the one who changed it over to a corporate thing.
It's a corporation?
Yeah, Canada is a corporation. All the countries in the world now are corporations.
It's crazy. Just so I can pop it up on the thing 1 second here.
You should pop up that thing that we were watching the other day. We watched last night, talking about things that they knew was going to happen a long time ago. When you go to Canada.ca website and punch in grenades and ammunition, it comes up that the Canadian government is looking for countries or people or manufacturers to make grenades and ammunition for the upcoming COVID-19. And this was posted in 2017, and it is on a government website. We watched it last night, the three of us.
I think you guys showed me that yet.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Like,
that's nuts.
it is nuts.
Yeah.
It's just ask questions. Keep asking.
We've listened to.
Oh, and I think that's the biggest problem too. Is you can't even ask the question anymore, right? Even if it's a simple question, right? Even if you just kind of ask it, people will, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're this, you're that, you're that. When really, You just don't understand something.
Well, it's funny,
If you start shutting people with questions down, what the hell is going to happen?
It's funny,
then,
like when you go back and you learn real history, and like during the Second World War, when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, the Americans knew that they were going to bomb it. They could have stopped it, but they let it happen just so they could get in the war. And there's so many instances that where the so-called elite rulers and that are people are supposed to be looking after us and protecting us and stuff have created wars, have got into wars, and don't give a shit about who dies or how many people die. And it's almost like it's a population control. Oh, we'll have a war and we'll kill off a couple million people. But it's pretty amazing now that, I mean, you even go back.
It was weird fucking times.
Some of the stuff we were watching, like when we were in school, for instance, we were taught that Christopher Columbus founded America. And there couldn't be nothing farther from the truth of that. And the only reason that Christopher Columbus ever came across the ocean was because Queen Isabella expelled the Jewish people from Spain. And he took them over to the New World to get rid of them. So, I mean, most people don't know about our real history. We've been lied to, and they say that he who controls the past controls the future.
It's a cool saying.
Well, that's what they say. And it's like all the hidden archaeological stuff that's been hidden from us over the years and stuff. And, in the last year since we've been on lockdown and stuff, we've had a chance to watch a lot of documentaries and
they take them out so many
from reputable stuff, not stuff that comes up on Facebook or YouTube or something, right?
Not just to even throw that out there. We're not none of us here are experts or anything like that. We are just having a couple drinks on a Saturday night, having fun on the podcast. The world's a funny place. We're having some fun.
But we're all tired of the bullshit. Come on, let's get on with life.
Exactly. Let's get
on with life and business.
That's the biggest thing too. I think was like back to what you were saying too, James. It's just like how it's like nobody can get these fucking years back.
That's right.
That's why like when some people are like people that are over safe and they can't believe that like people like us just want to get on. Let's get this going. Let's get it. It's because some of us we're not getting this fucking time back. So let's just we realize like this
money.
We're going into the second fucking Christmas now. So what do we like? Clearly, this is just a fucking cycle. So just let's just motor on here. Like, what are we fucking doing? Come on. But that's the biggest problem. We're not trying to. We're not thinking unsafe. We're not selfish. That's got nothing to do with it. It's life goes that friggin' quick.
That's right. It's too short to live
We're
in
young,
fear.
and Christ, how quick it's going right now for me is blowing my mind. So, like, I don't want to not be able to do what I want to do for many more years to come because of this dumb little virus. It's a 99.7% survival rate that most young people are going to be fine. Like,
it's a mental health thing. That
most healthy people are going to be fine.
I mean, there's so many people, having mental health problems. Suicide rates are just skyrocketing.
Oh, friggin' right. Yeah.
Even talking to family in the UK, they said it's terrible over there.
And even no matter what side you're on, vaccinated or not vaccinated or it's just like who cares? It shouldn't be a thing. That's a choice for you, and it shouldn't even be fucking really talked about. Now it's divided the whole goddamn country. You know what I mean? Like
families, people hate each other.
Yeah. Oh, I know it's crazy.
Wow,
yeah, it's
I don't
crazy.
care.
Yeah, that's like me. Yeah.
Shit.
Exactly. It's just fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
But the world's it's a funny fucking place right now. Anyway, we keep dabbing on Tuesday nights, and
there you go.
And we're having a good time.
That's right. That's our immune system booster.
That's right. We found ways around things to have.
We just
to
found
have
out
fun
that
ourselves,
alcohol kills COVID.
Yeah, that's right. It works really fucking good. Yeah. Video will probably be taken down for that now.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Pardon me, Lord. As Larry the Cable Guy would say.
Yeah. Where's that Haskap gin at?
God only knows.
You got it.
Oh yeah.
I got it.
There's less in the bottle.
Should we do a shot of tequila?
I've been drinking tequila.
Is that all the tequila that's left?
Yeah, but we have
Is
some.
any of those tequila? Or?
There's
that one's
that's
tequila.
empty.
Oh, I thought that one still had something.
We can have a little go.
There's 27 drops in there.
There we go. Or what's the other little one over there?
I had a friend of mine's father that was an alcoholic, and I ended up watching him count. You can't mix the blends here. This is.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to evenly distribute the last bit of this tequila.
Oh, this one's got 21 drops more.
Do you want some? Yeah.
Oh, there's something left out. Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, there is. Hang on,
I can do a shot of whiskey if
Oh, no,
there's not. It's all good.
fine.
No, I'll do the makers. Here,
Here,
you.
there's plenty. There's plenty.
Okay, cool.
And this yours?
Yeah. Oh.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, there's not a very well. Jack Daniels, you got Jack Daniels here.
Well, I don't really
Oh,
feel
it's
like
Cranmer.
calling
Yeah.
my dad and telling him off. I'll keep off the Jack Daniels. Yeah.
Oh, it's too
I
good.
can remember one time a few years ago on my birthday, I got into the black rum, and I phoned my dad up about 2:00 in the morning and yarned at him for a while because I love my dad. He was an awesome guy. And the next day he phones me up and he said, "Don't you ever phone me up again drunk on rum." He said, "You hear me?" Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Anyway,
What about you? Did you ever get in any trouble with your parents drinking or anything, Karen? No.
No,
You're the angel over there, yeah. Well,
It's
should we?
really
Cheers.
they tell
Cheers.
stories.
Yeah.
oh,
Oh, that's better.
I love
Yeah.
tequila.
Yeah.
That's not too bad at all.
Yep. Did you hear that they can? You ever had Cafe Patron?
Is that a liquor?
Yeah, it's like
No.
tequila, but it's like coffee. Anyway, they're taking it off the market.
Oh, really?
Fucking bullshit. It's
Oh.
really good.
Why are they taking it off the
Well,
market?
yeah,
I don't
what is it?
know. I kind of read an article my brother sent me, and they just kind of said they're going to focus on the other, like they have other ones like silver, gold, and all this other shit.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, they're taking that. It took me a while to get round to liking it because I didn't really drink coffee at the time, but now I do. Anyway, I tried to scout it out in the liquor store. I couldn't find any, but I'm going to try to nab some bottles before it gets disappeared.
Yeah, friggin' right.
Yeah.
Man, I thought
Bring
I
it
had
out
more
in 10 years
cans.
from now and say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's good shit. It's good
speaking
shit.
of 10 years from now, we should go down. I should go down and see my brother again and see if I can get some more of that 25, 30-year-old wine.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yes, that was really,
You guys bring that bingo for a bit there. That was awesome.
My
Yeah.
brother gave me a bottle of port on my wedding day that's supposed to be
Primo
25,
stuff?
20,
Yeah.
in 25 years.
Yeah.
He said you don't. It says it on there. You don't drink this until whatever year.
Yeah.
What year is it that you drank it?
25 years from.
Oh, from your wedding
From
day.
my wedding.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I can never keep it longer than.
Yeah, 6 months.
Yeah.
By the time the next batch comes off, the first one's
We're in
just
need.
finishing the
Yeah.
last bottle.
See, my problem
We're
is.
in need. It works out perfect all the time.
My problem is that I like. Not saying that this isn't you guys, but I like liquor. So
Yeah.
I like I don't. I'm not someone who just like, oh, I just buy like this tequila and drink that. Like I could be Saturday night like, oh, I feel like whiskey, so like
Yeah.
I'll grab a different whiskey, and then
Yeah.
next week it's a vodka, and then I just like I just like having different things on hand.
I'm
to
the same.
try.
I'm the same as you though.
Yeah, but I don't smash, so that I just kind of put them away and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. Oh no, it's going back, man. I don't pay $700 for a camera to fucking stop
Yeah,
working.
I think
right.
we're gonna
Where's
have
the
to.
hammer?
Yeah, we're gonna have to look something up because like that one did it halfway through, but I think it might have been because I had the charger in there and it was just 100%.
It's hot.
Overheating.
Holy shit!
Yeah, there's
Going
something
back.
wrong.
Yes, that's
Feel
hot as
that.
hell.
Holy shit.
That gonna fucking. I'd be scared to turn that on and leave it.
I've felt my cell phone that hot before.
Have you actually?
Yeah,
Did
when
it
it-
pop up with a little warning
even a
about
week
it?
old.
Heat warning or anything? No.
But when it was on the charger while I was listening to a podcast.
Yeah. Fuck.
And sitting on those little chargers that lay on their flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it did get hot.
Yeah. I
But,
bet.
Anyway, go.
Gee. Yeah.
That's
Go
fucking
back
crazy.
Sent to GoPro and then go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Oh,
Send me a new,
you said that
I
they
mean,
could-
yeah, $700
Yeah,
for that.
Yeah.
I find it like the quality of everything though now just sucks, man. Like the amount of stuff I buy that I literally have to send back or go right back
Yeah.
is fucking mind blowing these
That's 'cause
days. It's crazy.
a lot of it's
it's
made in
crazy.
China.
100%.
That's why.
That was even when Joe Rogan had that buddy from CNN on there, Gupta.
Gupta, yeah.
He had bought one of Rogan's masks or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and he was showing them, and Joe was like, "Oh fuck, I haven't even seen one of those yet." And they're kind of like laughing, and he's like, "Oh, they're really good quality." And Joe's like, "Oh, I had no idea." He's like, "Says they're made in China," and Joe's just like, "God damn it!"
Yeah.
I'm surprised they're good quality. Yeah.
That's the biggest thing that I don't get is like, remember I showed you last night, Princess Auto has a full face respirator.
Oh yeah.
That's what you need to protect yourself from a virus.
Oh, that's kind of
it's like
kind of
those
what Buddy
little,
was saying
those
pretty
little
well.
tiny cloth masks.
Yeah.
They don't do anything.
Oh yeah.
Except for cause you to have a hard time breathing.
Oh, even
or fog my
well,
glasses.
even there, Rogan brought up that doctor there, there's another one online who posts him vaping through the mask, and he's blowing the fucking thing right through the mask and everything else.
Yeah.
And then like even Gupta, he talks with them cloth masks being not good. He even tells you whatever one he says, he tells you what one that actually works, whatever one he's got or whatever. But but it's funny world.
Yeah, it's a crazy world. Everybody should just jump in the water, jump in the river and swim in wine, right? Yeah. What's that?
We need a T-shirt made like that. If we ever get a T-shirt of this podcast made, we're gonna have on the bottle podcast. Jump in the river of wine.
Yeah.
Or what? Say that. What was that one more time?
Canned Heat used to have a song called "Going Up the Country." Gonna jump in the river, stay drunk all the time because the river flows of wine.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Canned Heat from the 70s or the 60s, whenever that was.
Oh, if we ever get enough fans to be able to do merch, we're doing that.
They did that song at the
that'd be awesome.
At Woodstock, at the original Woodstock.
Yeah.
Going Up the Country.
I saw them in Moncton actually about 5 years ago.
Who, Canned Heat? Did you?
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah.
Good old days of the 70s.
Yeah, you guys were still in the nutsack back then.
Yeah, I don't even know if I don't even think I was in a thought back then.
Yeah, fucking 70s. Jeez.
Yeah, no, I wasn't.
Or in the 60s when that song came out.
Oh, was yeah. No, I was what? Okay, that's actually.
What?
On the road again.
Well, I want to ask each of you, what would you say was the best decade you lived in, Karen?
70s probably.
70s? Mike, you're saying
Probably
70s too? Yeah.
Late 60s and the 70s.
Why?
Just because the music was awesome.
Yeah.
And it was like I was coming of age, like getting out of high school and
starting to have some fun and stuff like that.
Stereos and had my job and thought I was free. I'm away from the rules and regulations of my parents and always remember
time to have some fun.
That when my dad told me that these days in school are going to be the easiest days of your life, boy.
Oh yeah. It's funny. It's fun.
Then,
oh yeah. I even think all the time when I was going to high school and you get even your dad telling you like, you don't know how lucky you are right now. You go to school every day with your best friend. You do all this, and you really, even if you don't think you take it for granted, you do fucking take it for granted.
That's right.
Because even all the time, I'm only 27, and half the time you think like some of my best friends, we see each other 2 or 3 times a year. When before it was every single day, multiple times a day, like after school, before school, weekends, during school, during class, like. Yeah, you were so lucky. Then now, like people get on jobs and they have to work with people they don't get along with, and it's just
it was carefree. Like you just had fun. Nobody was stressed.
I'm jealous of those times just because no technology, right? And I love obviously I love we're able to do this podcast, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We do cool stuff with technology, and I love having a phone 9 times out of 10. But there's times I think all the time how nice it would be and how relaxing it would be without the fucking phone. Like just how nice that would be.
Turn it off for a day or two.
Oh yeah.
But you couldn't.
But it's exactly like.
There was no credit cards, so you couldn't get into debt. Like if you couldn't afford it, you didn't buy it.
Yeah.
But it was just, I mean.
Well, that's what I think now. Even if you don't have a phone, like you're on it there every day to check. When's my credit card payment? Because I have to make that so I don't get dinged. At least and there's all these even little things. If you don't have a whole lot going, you still got to be online to do anything. You can't get a job if you don't have internet or anything, because you got to have a laptop at home to be able to do something. Or a phone or something to be able to get on the internet.
Half the jobs that you get back in those days, you'd get from word of mouth.
Yeah.
But it was just, I mean.
Yeah, now it's friggin' LinkedIn.com.
Nobody was stressed. There was no stress. Like, we'd hire a furniture removal van, and 12 of us would pile in the back of it. We'd drive down to London for Pop Festival. We'd sleep out in the field for 3 or 4 days. And it was just, you'd have a good time, you'd go home, and then the next morning you get up, you go to work. So it was just
That was that.
You did a bit of everything. You know, you had a job,
And that's the biggest thing too. Even with social media right now, even if kids were to do that, then they go back to work on Monday, and then all the photos get posted up on Facebook on the weekend, and people see what they did all weekend, and can comment and can have their say and everything. But back in the day, nobody knew anything, right? Like I even think when I was in high school, there's certain teachers that you were like, oh, this guy's a stick in the mud. And now, like, I'm a little older maybe, and when I first started going to the bars in Amherst, you kind of like see them out or something like that. You're like, fuck, he looks like a lot of freaking fun, right? Like, but you would never know because like he's a teacher. He wouldn't have his real name on Facebook anyway. You don't see what he's actually like after. All I can see of him is what he's like in school. Yeah. That's all. It's the only side I know exists of him. Where the social media, you get to see every single side of everybody.
Well, thank goodness they didn't have Facebook in the 70s, because nobody knows what we got up to.
Yeah. Well, I even say, because I grew up young enough that was like, we were like, when Facebook first started, for example, and stuff like that, like, I always say how, like, parents fucking ruined Facebook, because I even think of, like, some of my early profile pictures, like, grade 12 and that, and you're like, 2 beers in your hand, you're at the lake with your buddies, you're just completely zonked in a picture, having a great time, and there's all the comments are like, hell yeah, like, yeah, can't wait for next weekend at the lake and stuff like that. And now, like, you go on and kids like that age now are like, have to have a professional profile because employers could look at it and all this stuff. And like, I'm like, fuck. Good thing, like, because I used to make my profile picture me like double fist and Drice hanging out at the lake with the boys under 18 years old, 17 years old kind of thing. You're like, fuck, like, it didn't matter because nobody, my parents, my dad's not on Facebook to this day, but even if you were, say back then, you would have been like, do you know what Facebook is? He'd be like, oh, I don't know what that goddamn face Twitter is, or just like, they wouldn't have gave a fuck, right?
Yeah.
Now there's everybody, even like, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what age you are. You're on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's rare that I know. Like my dad's one of the few people I know that still has never been on
smart.
there. He's never been on there.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
he's smart.
But he's still got like a flip phone type thing too. He don't text or not. You can't text him or nothing like that. I mean, you could send him a text, but you ain't.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'd know how to answer or anything like that. Like call him or nothing. Yeah, which is fine by me too. Like,
since Facebook come up. We were watching a documentary there that said the CIA has a whole division of people that just monitor Facebook, and most of their intelligence now comes off of Facebook because people can't keep putting stuff on there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's pretty nuts.
but there was something with the fact checkers, I think, in the CIA or something like that.
I love them fact checkers. Every time I see them on there, I go and check my account every day because I've only been banned about 6 or 7 or 8, 9 times since all this shit for saying something wrong that somebody didn't like. So I go on to the fact checkers and I punch on fact checkers, and then when I press block, the fact checker comes up. So I press on their profile and go to Messenger, and I send them, and I say, die, you scumbag. And then I delete them, and then I block them. But since this has all started, I can't remember. I must have had 50 or 60 fact checkers that I've already booted off. Karen had more fact checkers than me.
Yeah, really? Oh, seriously?
The first time around, she had more than I did.
All I post is like fluffy cats.
Well, I was gonna say, love your posts sometimes.
Built by association.
You'll be at work someday, some afternoon, it'll be like a slow day, I'm kind of stressed out. You go down, you see Karen Hart, it'll be
little
just say something about how just let it go, relax, and live in the moment. And you're just like, great. Yeah.
Grab your drum and head to the
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's right. Oh, friggin' right.
Yeah. So how long you been up here from down under?
Almost 6 years.
6 years.
Almost, yeah.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I knew a friend of mine that when we got out of high school back in about 1970, he went down to Australia for a vacation.
Yeah.
And he never came back.
Oh, he loved it.
Far as I know, he's still there.
Yeah.
Jack Tompkins.
He loved it.
Yeah, he went down. He's one of them fellows that you'd be least likely that you would never thought that he would gone off and been an adventurer like this. And
Yeah.
He went.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Maybe he got down there and met the right girl.
That's exactly what happened.
Oh, was it? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Of course.
Yeah. I even know.
Change your life.
I know. Just as we know in Nova Scotia, how many people go to work out west and stuff like that.
That's
Like
right.
I know so many guys that left high school kind of, and they went out west to just save up some money to come back and buy a house and that. And they meet a girl out there.
And they stay.
And
or
her
else-
family's out there, and his
Yeah.
family's back here, and ends up compromising and going out there, kind of thing,
Yeah.
right? I've seen it happen all the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
a girl will change it up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, it'll get her going.
They can make it or break it.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
that's
That's
right.
right.
So you probably see a few differences between there and here. Like I know it's sort of between here and the UK. There's a few subtle
Yeah. Yeah.
differences, but
Yeah. Like I don't know. People are the same everywhere. I feel.
That's
Like,
right. There's good people, bad
Yeah.
people everywhere. That's
yeah.
right.
Just certain things like humor is a little different, and I
Is
find
it
the
ever,
British. I
especially
find the
English
British
humor?
easy to get along with than the Canadians in that regard, like with
Oh.
humor based
Yeah,
stuff.
fuck you, Australian.
Yeah,
But I find that maybe let's say like the temperament of a Canadian is closer to Australian than a British person too.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
the Canadians are a lot more relaxed and Australians a lot more relaxed than the average British
A
person.
little stiff.
You know what
You
I
a little
mean?
stiff, love?
No, but you know what I mean? Like, there's just,
Yeah.
like, in that regard, like, I feel like the jokes are similar. British humor comes a lot from Australian humor, like, the same kind of stuff. But just in general, I find British people were a little bit more, I don't know, like, it was more stressed, I guess, because it seems to be more, but, like, the Canadian way, like, people are just more like, oh, yeah, like, everything's cool, everything's fine, you know, like, relaxed, where the British were a little bit more.
You've got the volume of people there too.
That's
The
what I mean,
UK,
that's what I
there's
mean.
So many people there in such a small area.
So somewhere back in your lineage, back there, some of your great grandparents or something, they must have been criminals at one time.
No.
Seems that Australia started as a penal colony.
No. I've
Just
got
kidding,
no.
just kidding.
My grandmother on my mother's my grandmother on my mother's side moved from England to Australia. She just on a holiday or came over and she stayed. And my grandfather, so on her side, who came over from Scotland
Yeah.
when he was like 10 or something. So I have a direct line to the
To the British Isles.
to the king and the queen. Yeah.
Bend over.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
none of that there. I don't think. But maybe. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure on my dad's side.
Yeah.
I don't know.
oh, that's too good.
But yeah. No. But yeah, no. There's not too much. I don't know. It's not too much. Like you said, I find there's a few places in the world that I haven't been to that I think is a little bit different. But you know, most people, you go to work, you come home.
Well,
spend
you
time
know,
I
with
was gonna
your
say,
family,
I think that all the time. Like, how different really can a place? Like,
See-
what can a fella do other than, especially if you're working 5 days a week or something? Like, you go to work, you come home, you mow the
The
lawn,
culture-
maybe have a hobby you're into that night. You make supper.
the cultures that I think
Do you go to bed?
the cultures that I think are different are the countries that you know, like I think Chinese, Japanese, and then your maybe some of your Middle Eastern countries.
Yeah.
Like maybe like certain countries there's countries, not saying that they're different, but like
Even like Muslims pray 5 times a day or
no,
whatever
not
it is
even
and
that. I
shit
just
like
mean
that.
like maybe what they do for their spare. Like I just think there are places in the world where it's not. You know what I mean? Like the relationship between there's England, Australia, Canada, the US. All these sort of places. Everyone's what I mean, you can just slip right in. But I feel like certain places like China or where they just like so condensed, so much shit going. Like what I mean? Like it's just not hugely, but I think there'd be a lot of like more cultural shock. We'll say moving to a place like that than say to a place like here.
Yeah.
Or if you moved all of a sudden
Definitely.
just decided to go to like Iran or something like that, you'd find a lot more cultural shock moving somewhere
That's-
like that than you would.
Definitely true. Yeah.
Yeah.
North Korea or some shit.
You know,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, even within Canada,
Being
it's
Squid
like,
Games.
I'm sure none of us would like to live in Quebec.
Yeah.
But I can remember.
I would just because I like to snowboard.
Yeah, when I lived
But,
in... Well, okay, then move to Vancouver. You got Blackcomb and Whistler.
I personally, I love Quebec. But at the same time, is like, I get the whole thing of people being like, oh, you know, some of the French are assholes. Like,
Some of them are.
but it's the same thing anywhere.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it happens that, Quebec, they do actually, a lot of them have a hate on for the English. There's no fucking denying it. If you go there and you really, your French isn't even a little bit.
Yeah.
I've been taken advantage of so many fucking times. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's got, you know, they're the same as you. They're white skinned, they're Canadian, they're the same, but they pick up on that. Some of them, but then there's all kinds of, that will help you out too, right?
Yeah.
It's like everywhere. There's bad people, there's good people.
But I'll tell you, when I went to Vancouver, I found that most of the general sentiment is if you were anything that was east of the Rocky Mountains was Newfoundland.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And it's like the funny thing is that in 7.5 years I was out there, most of the people that I met and hung around with weren't born and raised in Vancouver. I in the 7.5 years I hardly met anybody who was born and raised in Vancouver. Yet everybody seemed to have an air of they're better than everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it was different.
Yeah. What were you gonna say,
a lot
James?
of fun.
No, I was just gonna say on that with the French stuff. Like I asked my Spanish teacher. So I think he's from Venezuela and lives in Colombia, right?
Yeah.
I think. Anyway, I asked him that. I said like, you know, I sort of said like, oh, you know, when I come down to Mexico, what is like going to be like when I try to speak Spanish? Are people going to be accepting of that? Are they going to what like, you know? Mm-hmm. And I mentioned about Quebec with French, and he's just like, oh, I've heard that too, actually.
It's
like
just a world. It's just a worldwide thing.
If you can't speak it fluently, don't even fucking bother.
But the worst thing too is like it's a different kind of. They got their own like. It's all similar, but it's like that's
fucking bullshit.
Oh yeah.
It's like to say if you can't do something perfectly, fuck you. I'll just speak in your like fuck. That's bullshit. Like,
dude, even like I got real good friends from Quebec, and they'll even tell you like they've been around. They've seen like people they know take advantage of people that can't speak French, even when they can speak English. They'll act dumb, they can only speak French too, right?
I don't speak.
And just keep acting like they don't know what they're talking about. Like I remember one time when I was like, we were like 17 or 18 in high school. We went up there for a trip, and we ended up getting scammed by a taxi company right off the bat by one. And they were playing dumb like he didn't understand us. And at the end we were like, we could have sworn he was talking English when we like. Get in there, and then once we got there, they charged us for another cab because it brought like a separate one bag of luggage, and that was we were like, "What? You throw one bag in there? We could have thrown it on someone's lap." And he was playing like a whole different game when it got there, and he just kept going and going. So eventually, we were just paid to get it fucking over with type thing. But it's that's a slippery slope that one. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But I was in Nepal 3 years ago.
That trip would have been awesome. Yeah.
Met such beautiful people.
Where's Nepal?
Nepal.
Somewhere.
Tibet.
Yeah.
So Tibet,
it's in Asia.
India, and
they sent her back.
Yeah.
was Nepal where wasn't that what was that show? Did you watch the show on Netflix, The Serpent? Wasn't he kicking around Nepal a little bit? You know, in the 70s he was murdering people.
No,
Did you not see the show on Netflix? That's a good show, The Serpent.
The Serpent? Is it?
Oh.
Yeah, it's in the 70s, and he was kind of like drugging backpackers and then robbing them, and he was kind of killing them sometimes, and then he was keeping people drugged to use them. It's a fucking good show. It's in the 70s.
I've seen it on there, actually. I might have to watch that.
Predominantly,
but looking for something to watch.
He's in Thailand. It's a true story.
Yeah.
He's a real person, yeah. And I think if it was Nepal, he had gotten away with everything pretty much. And then he was wanted in Nepal, and for some reason he went back to Nepal, and that's when he fucking got done. They fucking got him because he had a warrant for Nepal. So, but really good show.
Cool. I have to watch
the
it.
people there were just.
They
don't have a lot of materialistic things, but they're just beautiful people.
Yeah.
They're so
awesome. Yeah.
And it's funny.
Well, you can see some of your pictures. I remember that'd be really cool to go there someday.
Oh, it was just wonderful.
Really cool.
You know, one day we just went down this little dirt road, and there was tiny little stores, and so I kind of popped into one of them, and he was selling scarves and pashminas, and he says, "Where you from?" And I said, "I'm from Canada." He goes, "Well, whereabouts?" I said, "Halifax." He went, "I go to Halifax all the time." He said, "I sell to Mills Brothers, which closed down now." But he said, all these scarves that you see, these are what I used to go to Halifax and sell.
Oh, cool.
gee, here I am, you know.
Yeah,
over in
across the
Kathmandu,
world.
And
Yeah.
you know, this person knows exactly. We were talking about places in Halifax that
So
you've been
did you
to,
get a
and-
discount on it there?
No.
You're not a very good smooth talker, are you?
That's right. Yeah.
I would have got a
So
free
funny.
one out of him.
Yeah.
If you were any good, you would have got a free one.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Well, no, guys, not to wrap her up, but we have about 15 minutes till that motocross banquet, and we're in. And
Okay, then let's talk a little motocross then for a couple minutes.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, there we go.
All right. Now, this young fellow here, Mitch Cook there, he did our community a great service, I figure, by putting the track out
Big
there.
track right up by our houses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's done wonders for our family, and
they got
and,
about 15 dirt bikes out at.
yeah, well, we actually
up the
don't
road.
have 15.
No,
I
I'm
think we
just-
got
yeah.
about 6 or 7 now. Though. Yeah,
Building.
yeah.
I was close.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I think we got more than we need. Actually, there's no room in the garage for Karen to park her car this year.
And there's 2 4-wheelers. Or no, you sold one. Sorry, there's one 4-wheeler.
Yeah, one quad
Yeah,
out there.
one
yeah.
quad.
Yeah, that was one of the best things that we got. But
Oh, that's
yeah,
great.
on
That's
that-
a
I
great
mean,
rig.
anybody can ride that thing.
Well,
so.
Mitch got me half fired because he was saying him and his mom were talking, and they're thinking about getting a side by side to stick out there.
Oh yeah.
And kind of giving a key out to each person. Just
Yeah.
to, you obviously use it responsibly. Because
yeah.
I was even saying to him, I was saying how I was bored your 4-wheeler the other night. I was
Yeah.
like, it's just nice to have that
Yeah.
when you're actually trying to bring something up, or like even like because I just bored yours to bring
Yeah.
apples to my deer stand. But
Yeah.
even down there, like with the double track up top, say you were going to take some
Yeah.
shovels up there.
Well, Tyler.
Well, you're not going to want to hop on a dirt bike and bring a
That's
bunch
right.
of shovels up to fix
Yeah.
a corner or something like that. Like if he had a side by side with one
Yeah.
of the little trunks,
Yeah.
it'd be a little workmobile, right? It'd be
Well,
pretty
but
cool. Or
Tyler-
like at night, if no one's using it, you want to go over there and
That's
go for a
right,
little
go for a
wine
rep.
cruise.
Yeah.
You can bring your glass of wine over there, Karen, and you guys go
And
watch
the-
the sunset go down and,
That's right.
and go for a cruise,
And
right?
that's,
Pretty
that's
cool.
why I
hope,
like
I hope they do it.
even the 140. I
Yeah.
mean, that 140, like, originally was bought for Kate.
Yeah.
She's only ridden it for less than an hour.
Yeah,
and the
the thing's
whole
awesome,
since
yeah.
it's been brand new. Everybody else been riding
Yeah,
it. So.
exactly.
But it's getting used, and that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, no, exactly.
But yeah, it's like Tyler said today that he was going to ask me to come up in that 4-wheeler, just roll up and down a couple of things,
just to
to
pack 'em
flatten it
down, yeah,
right,
yeah.
a little bit or something like that. But,
Yeah, exactly.
Before the bikes get in there and tear the shit out of it.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they leave a footprint.
Yeah. Dad, you get your hunting license, so James has to go hunting here soon. We'll go bird hunting or something here soon, too.
Yeah. I gotta finish that this week.
Yeah,
I
hell yeah.
heard the shotguns going off this morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Where they ever go? Somebody they hunt geese up the road. The last couple more they said they had a pretty good morning. 'Cause
They must have been pretty close.
all morning.
They must
Yeah.
have been close because they.
Oh yeah, there's just I know I know one of the guys I golf with once in a while at DeBert and played there for ages. But when I used to, they live in the field right at the end of Crow's Mills. That farm there. They hunt that all the time. So they're right there.
There's a field there across from Jason's, isn't there?
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
before
There
you
is.
get to the
Yeah. The
crossroad
boys
there,
hunt that too. I think. Yeah.
I
yeah.
think that's where it sounded like they were shooting.
Guaranteed. It was close this morning. Yeah. Real close.
Very close. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. So.
But yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's thank you very much for coming.
No sweat.
you.
Mike, Karen,
Yeah.
we just did it in an hour and 5
That's right.
minutes. That was a blast.
Yeah, that's nice.
And thanks
it.
everybody for watching. And
It'll be edited down. Yeah. Next week we'll have
a couple things edited out.
30
We're good to go. Yeah.
subscribe and like. Subscribe.
Yeah, that's right. There we go. That's the
That's
first
right.
thing.
Tell your friends about it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Pass her along, and
Thank you.
we're still looking for
Yeah.
cool guests. So if you know someone cool or you think you are cool, get a hold of us and let's get you on here.
That's right.
But thanks very much for watching. We love you all.